Hey there, good morning. It is January the 5th, 2024, bright and early, and keep my eyes peeled. I'm hoping to see the sheriff pulling up here. I still need to have my neighbor served with that temporary restraining order, and I think today's the day it happens. I'm hoping today's the day it happens, because the court appearance is January the 17th, so I got to get it done. So hopefully the sheriff will get it done. And at this point in time, I still don't think the actual tenants that are over there have been served, because I haven't heard anything regarding whether or not I'm going to be seeing any money from that. But yeah, the restraining order, that's the most important part. So I am hoping she gets served today, and I hope I have the privilege of seeing it happen. Yep. That's the sheriff. Whew, okay, yeah, so here it is, January 5th, and my neighbor just got served her notice to appear and that temporary restraining order. So I'm hoping the restraining order will keep her from doing any further damage to the fence between now and the court date. But if for any reason she touches that fence, because the restraining order specifies no contact with my fence. So if I have to call the police, I will, but hopefully I won't have to. I just know that she did successfully just get served, and it's only a shame her friend John wasn't there when it happened, but I have a feeling he'll hear about it. Today's date, January 9th, and as you can see, the hose is still directly underneath our backyard fence. Yep. Yeah. Current status of what I'm dealing with and what's left of my retaining wall. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so today's date is January 9th, and I noticed that before Miss Crosnoe got served with that restraining order, John brought these posts over. And, of course, he's leaning some of the stuff against my fence. Don't matter if they build a fence, as long as they don't attach it to my fence or go past the property line, which is this orange post. That's what's left standing of my original fence that I built. And that, of course, right there is the only thing left standing. Is right here. So, yeah. This is the current view. And the hose is definitely still running underneath my fence in the backyard. Today's date, January 9th, she has received that restraining order. She has not removed the hose or anything that's leaning against this fence at this point. Okay, and that's what's left of my mini wrought iron. That's what got sawed off after what was left of my wooden fence there. So, I got half of a wrought iron mini and one section of my original wooden fence. And then I get to stare at my other mini wrought iron that's been sawed off. And, yeah, totally encroaching on this property. This is January 9th. And of course, the tree that hangs over this property that flooded out our house. Okay, so today's date is January the 10th, and I'm currently at the Ventura County Superior Courthouse website. You know, I'm still just wrapping my head around the fact that the sheriff had seized the total amount due to me to end the case, and the sheriff, you know, the judge gave her back all the money. And then I put in an order seeking that the judge recuse herself from any future Kelly versus Crosnoe hearings. And then I obtained a temporary restraining order against my neighbor, which she received the other day. And, well, yeah. So apparently she ran to the courthouse after getting that restraining order, and she put in her own request for a court order and answer. And true to her nature, just can't seem to quite say anything correctly here, but I noticed right off the bat that her grandson, Remy Hutchins, she has no idea where he is. Remember, during that claim of exemption hearing, when she got all her money back, she claimed she was giving him $1,400 a month, but she has no idea where he is, right? Right, okay. So anyway, so that's, apparently that's her lie, and she's sticking to it. And so she's asking the court to make the following order. And keep in mind, I had a hard time reading this because the spelling's totally incorrect and the wording doesn't make sense, but I think I figured out what she's trying to say. A hearing to satisfy judgment as to the court's determination on 12/15. It was actually 12/11. And removal of property lien, and an order to prevent any further retaliations or filings. Please note, plaintiff has continued to make filings on the original amount requested, see 11/16/12/23, as well as brought other actions against me. Yeah, 11/16 I put in for, you know, the judgment after cause, because I did have to pay $40 to the sheriff, $40 to the writ of execution, as well as $60 for that hearing, the opposition to her claim of exemption. And so that's considered judgment after cause. I put it in. Yeah, sure. And I put in a restraining order. She doesn't mention what that order is, but yeah, it's a temporary restraining order saying she can have no contact with me or the fence or anything. And then she's asking for the order because this issue, like I said, she can't spell, so it really is hard for me to read all this, but this issue should have been resolved due to payments sent to plaintiff, but refused by her, making them not paid. She has not made payment since January, and when I went in there to cancel that contract due to breach of contract, the judge did not end that contract and gave her the ability, or told her, well, if you can make up the last 6 months of missed payments. And I didn't accept them because I'm not a bank and I don't care to have any communication with her anymore. You know, I'm tired of sending late notices and everything else. So I pleaded with the judge to end that contract, and she refused. So anyway, yeah, so refused by not making it due to her refusal to accept. I am attaching the SC-145 to make a final commitment to the court to end this matter and seek the court's assistance as to the other matters listed above. Okay, they are two separate cases, the restraining order and this civil court case. Now, SC-145, I will definitely agree to that because I pulled it up what it is, and it's the request to pay the judgment to the court. Instead of paying the judgment directly to the creditor, I want to pay it to the court. That would definitely be a way to end this court situation, because I've already been in it for 6 years, and the sheriff did seize the total amount that would have ended the court case. But because she claimed that exemption and that she has no money. Anyway, so the judge gave it back to her, every dollar. and not even offered me $10, like I said, to go buy a beer or just anything for the money I had to spend to have that hearing. So I put in to have the judge, hopefully recuse herself from any future hearings due to the fact that she has not ruled in my favor during this entire collections process. She has always given the defendant the judgment debt or whatever she wants, and she has blocked every ability for me to collect that debt. So, yeah, there it is. When it comes to me in the mail, I will definitely agree to that, because that would definitely put an end to it, and then I could remove the lien from her property after showing satisfaction of judgment. So we'll see what happens when it comes in the mail, what exactly the proposal is. But I still got the restraining order hearing next week, so if this comes into play, I'll definitely present that to the judge. But I still want the restraining order no matter what. No matter what, I still need that restraining order.
Okay, so it officially came in the mail, and I'm not seeing at this point what she was asking for, the SC-145. Nope, it's not attached.
And in order for me to even consider saying yes, I'd like to see what the proposal is, right? If she's going to make the payment to the court, I'm definitely all for that, because that would definitely put it into the case, and I could remove the lien off her property. But there are 3 defendants, so and she claims, of course, that she still doesn't know where her grandson is, even though she claimed she's been paying him $1,400 a month for school. So, yeah, I guess I'm not going to respond to this until I see something that says that she's making an offer to end this the correct way, through the courts.
Okay, so I just hung up with the courthouse because, I have the paper officially, and there is no SC-145 attached. And he confirmed, he goes, well, there was no SC-145 filed. If it had been, it would be filed separately, and it would have definitely been mailed to you. So I go, so she's not making an offer to pay off that debt then, huh? He's like, no. So I'm guessing this is the SC-105. That's what it's called. So maybe she mixed up the number. But ironically, yeah, the number she mixed it up with would be the one where she's willing to pay off the debt. So yeah, that's not happening, and I let him know that, she just got filed with a restraining order 2 days before she did this, and he said just write on the return that she had just been filed with a restraining order, and that you do not agree with any of this. So I will do that, and yeah, too bad she wasn't actually filing an SC-145. But yeah, like I said, it's 2024. I've already resolved myself to the fact that I'm probably never going to see the money. But I definitely still want that restraining order, and I'm hoping it goes from being just a temporary restraining order to becoming a permanent one. But yeah, it was a knee-jerk reaction, obviously. He said she came in there and filed this, and so, okay, there you have it. She has not actually made an offer to pay off that debt.